And here we are.
Potatoes.
The dog took too long. I'm not ready.
The dogs are mobbing.
Welcome to Drunk with Facts. It is Thursday, January 9th.
That sounds just like you, Lindsay.
Right.
No, it's not me though.
I know, but it sounds just like you. It sounds just like me. Oh my God. You're vocal doppelganger. Yes, hello. I know you're very beautiful. What? Did I steal you? Did I steal something?
I'm like, who? Which one?
Who are you talking about?
The furry one or the not
Both of
furry
them
one?
right here.
Both of them?
Well, they're
Wow, it's
both kinda
Jack
furry,
time, I
but,
guess.
you know.
Like, what do it taste like? Ranch?
Probably.
Did you have a piece of pizza?
I have something on my hands because she's just like,
She's just-
you're delicious tonight. What did I touch?
Something went wrong with Rumble.
All right, so we got Bios the Books. Christine, how's it going? Allison, how you guys doing tonight? Having a beer club.
cold.
What's going on?
Anybody else getting a bath?
My Rumble's fine.
It's cold.
I got no problem with Rumble.
Look.
Rumbles are rumbling. That's your phone. Oh no.
Lord,
phone's on.
I'm born a rumbling man.
He just told me that was a me problem
I
and
told
not a you
I told
problem.
you that was a me problem.
Aw.
Definitely a me problem.
And I guess that's a.
That's a wrap.
I'm gonna go on YouTube then. Fudge you.
Go
You
on
get to
YouTube.
do-
I got Rumble. All right, all you rumblers, message me.
Keith's in charge of you today. Have fun.
Fern.
I'm in charge of you guys.
Good luck.
Send me a message. Tell me hi.
Tell him. Fuck. Sorry.
Hey. We just thought about getting kicked off.
Oh crap. Are we?
Wait, we can say that word though. I thought, can't we?
I think we
Now
can.
you're talking.
Now you're talking.
I think we're good there.
Jeez Louise.
I've been telling people to fuck off
And,
forever.
and hi,
so
all
we
you
can't say that yet.
TikTokers. We got a bunch of people watching on TikTok. Huh?
Uh-uh.
Looks
I
like
take any
it's a whole bunch of people.
Because we're
there.
new, getting slammed in the feeds.
Look at that.
Look at these weirdos. What are you doing? I'm looking for watching them.
Joey, were you able to bring up TikTok on the other page? Is it there?
Should I be able to see it on the
No,
On the other
on
screen?
the other screen?
You should be able to.
I couldn't see before.
You may just have to find the live feed.
God, it's
just
so
never know.
cold.
It's so
Live,
nice.
live.
I went outside with your dog and I'm
Yeah,
freezing.
you're freezing. It's hot
That's
as hell in here. But
It's not.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Oh, you're so
Live.
warm.
Oh, God,
You're
don't do this.
hypothermic.
Can I stick
Really?
my hand in your?
Yep.
Can I do it?
Not today. Maybe. I don't
All
know.
right.
Stick my hand in your. So warm.
Oh,
Can I
What?
do it?
Not
I don't know what that
today.
is, but now I
That's
gotta
funny.
do
Maybe.
something
Stick
to
my
turn
hand
that
in
one
your.
down.
So
It's a-
warm.
So why is it playing through that?
Can I
What?
do it?
I
Not
don't know what that
today.
is, but now I gotta do
Stick
something.
my hand in your. So
How do I
warm.
Why is
turn
it
that
playing
one
through
down?
that?
I don't know.
Do
That's
it.
not today.
Now I
Mute
gotta-
the channel on the roadcaster.
So warm.
Why is it playing through that?
Do
The
it.
phone. The phone.
Am I missing something?
That was
That's
that
the
one.
funniest
Okay.
thing I've ever-
That's funny.
This is what happens when I don't have ears.
Oh, that
Oh,
was.
you didn't have
funny.
your headphones in.
Hey, do you want to talk to yourself?
That's the
Huh?
funniest thing I've ever-
That's funny.
Wait for it.
So that-
Ooh, that
oh,
was
we gotta
confusing.
love it. You gotta love it.
I do.
Well, there's that.
That was weird because I thought I turned down the.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of? The Focusrite. I thought I turned the volume down on that, but okay.
Andrea, you have to let me know if you want me to send you your koozie for your video or if you just want to come pick it up.
Well, we need to know what colors you want.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and what color you want. Okay. Sorry. Side note.
No, you're good. You're good. Because I wasn't ready. So,
Are you ready now?
Ready.
but now I'm ready.
Since first go.
It's freezing.
It's not free- it's freezing outside.
It is freezing outside, and I was just outside, and my hair is cold because your dog was taking a year and a half to crap.
It's just cold. Yay.
Hey, why-
Outside yelling at her, like, let's go.
What you talking about?
While we're at it, I want to mention my dad's new book,
New book.
Shadows from My Past.
The hardcover.
The hardcover. Look at that. Nice and sleek. You
And he
know.
will be on one of your shows pretty soon.
He
You
will.
can
He's coming
whack
up very
somebody
soon.
with it.
You could.
Sweet.
Pop on the head. It is
Yeah, I don't know if I
available
would try that.
pretty much wherever books are sold. Find it on Amazon.com. You can find it on Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Goodreads,
Everywhere.
Book Baby, pretty much everywhere. So
Books, baby.
go check it out. It is available in ebook as well. So it just came out on hardcover, I want to say a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Noise.
I don't know.
So-
We know somebody, so we got ours early.
We got ours early. So
You know
go,
we got
go
it.
check it out. It's definitely a good read. I'm about halfway through it. So I'm not going to say anything about it, but
I'm
go
going to
get
say you're more
Go check it
ambitious
out.
than I am.
I know. I figured as much.
It's a good read.
Hey, if
I'm a
I
good
can
reader.
figure out how to make it read it to me, I'll do it.
You can just buy it on Amazon.
That's what
It yells at me. I've tried it before.
Oh,
It
weird.
gets all sorts of angry.
Hmm.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't even think I know what you're talking about.
I
How
think
does it
it's an
get angry
Apple
at you?
thing.
I don't know how it gets angry either.
What?
But,
Like it reads in an angry voice, or just
No, I just wanted to read it to me. I can't sit and read because I get distracted. I have 800 other
What?
things going on in my head. I can't do it unless it's literally like a car magazine.
that's what you went to Scooby Doo sound.
can you retain any of it? Because this
When I read it, yeah.
this has been my problem since
If
high
I
school.
focus and read, I will remember. That's how I remember all my research stuff.
Oh, okay. Yes. You know, since high school, like if I read a book, I can read pages and I don't remember any of it. It's just gone.
No, I can sit there and read through the words, but that's not reading to me. I have to read it. If I read it, I can, but I get distracted, so it's hard for me to.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You are interesting.
800
lady character.
things going on in my
Caricature.
head. It's a whole box of weird up in here.
Hmm.
Who wants a bag of Skittles?
So,
Yeah,
what's the biggest skill?
just the green ones.
So before we get into our episode tonight, because I don't, I think it's probably going to spark a lot of conversation, but I do want to send a heartfelt shout out to you, California, because you guys are in a
getting
lot of
hammered.
trouble right now. And, I do have family in California, so our prayers go out to you guys. Joey, if you want to pull up some of those pictures I got, I did pull up some pictures for the fires that are going on. It's pretty devastating.
It's
It
insane.
has.
It's
So-
really sad.
Really insane.
I was talking to my dad, and he's that nut who watches this kind of stuff, and it is good now that the winds have slowed down.
Yeah.
So it's not engulfing as much as quickly. The
That was
bad thing
nuts.
is before it was being essentially blown over homes and they were just kind of losing their roofs, and then it was going fast enough that it was, just going over them. Now you're getting the full on devastation of this because the winds have slowed down.
Yeah.
So they're staying on those homes longer. So it's not good. Shout out to Canada. They sent a bunch of planes over,
Oh, did they?
like the planes that suck up the water, and they're going back and forth from the ocean and using that. So
Is it all just power lines? Like what started all the freaking fires?
that's a whole
Mm,
nother.
There's a lot of speculation
something or
on
other.
what started it. I heard. Exactly.
Well, all three fires were started, and I have the aerial footage. I think I sent you on Instagram that I just found that all three started within minutes of each other,
Oh, really?
and it shows the aerial footage of
But
all
were
the
they
smoke.
down power lines or not? We don't
No,
In
I
the
don't think they
middle
were
of the
down power
forest.
lines. Yeah, they weren't down power lines.
So,
But if you think about it, remember what was it? Canada back a year ago? Was it a year ago when they had all the fires in
New
Canada?
York got yeah, like they were getting all the smoke.
Yeah, remember when all those started like simultaneously?
That was
Like,
a year
it
ago or
was
a
like
year,
5 or 6 of them
year
started.
and a half ago,
I
maybe.
wanna
Because
say it was about a
Andy
year
sent
ago.
us crazy pictures of everything just orange.
There was no explanation to that either.
No,
Because
it
Canada
wasn't.
wasn't really for us to explain.
It's just bizarre. Like the information age we live in, the cameras everywhere, all the stuff that goes on. You know what I
Nobody
mean?
saw
Like,
something.
nobody knows what's going on with all these major events that happen. Vegas shooter's my first one that's like, what?
Especially
just
in
went away.
Vegas.
It just went away.
Yeah,
We don't have
yeah.
hardly anything about it.
Mm.
But the map of it is insane. If you
Oh.
got an active map where you can click on all the different events.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, and with us doing what we do, you know how many cameras are in
Oh, yeah.
Vegas.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah.
now. You can't
You're
pick
not
your
going
nose
anywhere.
anywhere in Vegas, and nobody will know about it.
Oh yeah, it's just crazy. But then like these
So-
fires too. That's like, how are they starting with nobody seeing
Mhm.
anything?
Right, right.
It's just
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know. But then it's interesting too because all the PCH houses on the beach side burned down.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, that's very interesting.
That's
Mhm.
yep.
That's incredibly
Yeah.
interesting.
It's very interesting.
How easily are they gonna be able to build those back?
Well, the Palisades is pretty much gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh, they are
absolute-
gone.
it's
Like
absolutely
that's gone.
devastating.
Yeah.
It truly
And
is.
then with all of them around there's now 5 fires that are essentially just around. I guess Hollywood Hills are gone. From what Dad was saying, like all that's taken out. So,
So crazy.
well, it was on fire. I don't know if it's all gone, but that was that first picture that we
destroyed.
pulled up. Was
Yeah.
Hollywood
It's
Hills,
essentially
I believe.
destroyed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Not
no, the
really-
location is still there.
not super livable.
Well,
there isn't.
What was funny was when I woke up this morning, I saw these things going on Facebook that people were saying the Hollywood sign was on fire. Well, that turned out to be not the case.
Really?
So,
It-
yeah, everybody was
Am I
posting
going to
these
be
things saying
heartbroken if the
sign
Hollywood
was on fire.
sign's
Is it on
on
fire yet?
fire?
I don't think so. I don't. Take a look. See if we can find.
it gonna
but
break my
I
heart?
don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it is on fire.
I didn't see a lot of updates on what was going on with it.
I think that first picture, Joey, was Hollywood Hills, if I remember correctly. That kind of looks like what Hollywood Hills would be.
I mean, there's hills
But-
all through. That's what's hard.
No,
with
I know, but I
California
think that and when I pulled that
Wow.
picture off, these are all pictures that were taken today.
Yeah.
So these are all very recent pictures.
This guy got out with his cello.
Is that what he's holding? I couldn't figure out what he was holding.
No, I don't know
It's
what it
Yo-Yo
is.
It looks like a cello,
think he's-
doesn't it?
No, it looks like he's holding the hose and just protecting himself.
Yeah.
Sprayed himself.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
again,
it's
the
pretty
water's
sad.
turned off. So, I mean,
Did they turn the water off too?
Oh,
they turned the
ran
water
out.
off a while ago when they turned off the power.
That makes sense.
No. So what Joey was saying, or go ahead, Joey. So what you
Well,
were
that was
saying
for the
earlier.
fire.
Well,
thingies.
that's what the fire hydrant.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
for the fire
but-
hydrants.
Fire hydrants are actually on a dedicated system that provides like 1 million gallons to each area, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So when it's empty, it's empty.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's all reserve tank.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
And you think about it, some of these homes have been here for how many years? You know, and then they're just gone.
Decades.
Just done. You know, hundreds of years, some of them. I
Mhm.
mean,
Early 1900s at
yeah,
least.
early 1900s. Yeah.
I don't know how many before then, but I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm sure there was because California was one of the first places.
Well, gold
so,
rush, you know,
yeah.
California. Yeah.
So
That's wild.
Yeah, it's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. So prayers go out to Californians. No matter what you want to say about California, it does kind of suck.
I hope all the humans and the animals are okay.
And that's the thing. I saw this video today. I was telling you guys earlier.
And did you see the thing about State Farm?
No.
State Farm canceled this morning 5.8 million insurance policies.
How do you do that?
They're not covering fires anymore.
How do you, really? Just, oh, you're on fire. Oh, sorry. We're not
Nope,
covering
sorry,
you
not
anymore.
covered. Yeah.
This is what this. Well,
That's
this,
I mean, that's what they did in New Orleans. That's what they did in North Carolina. I mean, that's what they always do. They
well,
got to
this is what-
save
This is
themselves.
what got me scared when, because here recently, our homeowners insurance, the company went under and they stopped insuring in Arizona.
Mhm.
So that kind of freaked me out because it's like, why? What do you know?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Why? Why?
It's just, yeah. Crap. We're supposed to not have any natural disasters here.
Yeah.
I know. You're like,
That's what I love about this.
do we need to move? There's no place better to go. Where
But
should we
realistically,
go?
other than fire, what do we have? I mean,
Nothing.
There's really nothing that happens.
And
here,
we
so-
get our weird
Fires are rare, but the
monsoons.
fires
That's
don't
not-
happen in populated areas.
No,
They're
no,
up in the
no.
woods. You're
Yeah.
actually in the woods.
Yeah.
Every once in a great while.
You get in the edge where it'll
if you
come
built,
in.
if
or-
you built in a wash, bummer.
yeah.
You know, but I mean, for the most part, we're really devoid
Yeah.
of natural disasters.
Yeah.
We
It
get our
just doesn't happen.
haboobs. We get our wind bursts.
And none of those are inherently, lethal. If you're a
No, not
moron, if you're a
lethal.
moron, day to day
Yeah.
can kill you. So that's not
Right.
right.
But yeah, if you're that dumb to get killed by a haboob.
Well, it's
you're-
so funny because as I was growing up, and even when I lived in California, you always heard that California would be taken out by an earthquake, right? Who would have thought
Yes.
they'd be taken out by
Fire.
fires? I
Right,
mean,
no
that's just-
kidding.
Yeah, that's insane.
We're gonna burn whatever.
Yeah.
There's no volcanoes here.
yeah, that's kind of crazy. But no, I did see a video earlier that I was telling you guys earlier at dinner that I watched this video. They were filming this street in a neighborhood. I'm assuming it was a neighborhood. I
horses.
couldn't see because the fires were around. And you
Yeah, I
see
talked
this
about that
family
too.
walking these horses down the road, and it was just heartbreaking. It's like, God damn. I mean, nothing happened to the horses, but it just hit you. You know,
Yeah.
especially
In
if
those
you're-
moments of evacuation, and especially because like the people on the beachfront, they've never worried about it. 'Cause
Right.
No, they worry about
It's
the
not gonna-
ocean and that's it.
It's not going to jump the highway. How it jumped the highway, we don't know.
Right.
But it's like you think about
The winds
you
were
have the
just that
wherewithal?
bad.
to grab, in that moment, what do you grab?
right.
Yeah.
When you have to evacuate, you're thinking like, oh, we'll be back in a few hours like normal.
Yeah.
But then you show, oh, our shit burned down.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
house is
What's
gone.
important to you?
What did we lose?
Well, we actually talked about that when Globe was on fire because it was 100 miles from us. Which yes, it's an hour drive, but when you talk about straight through,
Yeah.
that's not far when it starts
No,
hitting
it's
stuff.
not. It can
So
move
we-
fast.
We were
Yeah.
literally like, okay, what are we gonna grab?
Yeah.
Dogs, cat, a lizard if we could. If not, the other ones are gonna have to fend for themselves. Like that was where we were at.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that's what you think about. Do I
Hope you
need
have a fire
anything else?
safe.
No.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly,
So-
people laugh about having bug out bags and stuff, but you just never know.
In those
right? I mean,
instances,
to me, you
absolutely.
should
If
have
I lived in
something.
California, absolutely I would have a fire to go bag.
Oh, just a bug out bag? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not even fire, just earthquake, anything. You have to get
What are you
out
gonna
of
do in an
Dodge quick.
earthquake?
I
You're
mean,
sucked in the world. It doesn't matter.
Semi-
that
Grippers.
that doesn't happen.
It happens.
That doesn't happen.
Ooh.
So,
That's why we don't go to California.
One of the many reasons.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
And it's sad because as states go, California is one of the most beautiful states. I mean, if
Yeah.
you
Well, I mean,
drive
the,
up the
the
coast,
topography and the weather's why anybody's there.
of course.
That's
Yeah.
the only,
Oh,
Yep.
No, because for the people. I love
It's
the
really
people.
not.
Yeah, there's a good number of people there that are.
I have family
people.
that's there, but
Yeah.
collectively they suck.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
But that's what I want to say. Even though as much shit as we give California, they definitely got to send our prayers out to them. 'cause
Yeah, we're
that's
not
just-
asking
that's
them for
just
them to
horrible.
burn.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No.
Absolutely
When
horrible.
they stop moving here, but there's gonna be more now.
There's gonna be more
Oh,
now.
God,
There's gonna be
they're
more.
all gonna come here.
Get ready, Arizona.
I'm telling you,
Coming.
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if they let the beachfront people rebuild. Because you think
Because it's receding so much
well,
already.
do you know how hard it is to build in California? The building codes,
Mhm.
the permitting.
Oh, they're never going to
Oh,
get
yeah, it's
anything done.
ridiculous.
It's so
Everybody's
bureaucrat-
gonna
the
end up here.
bureaucracy there
Oh, it's
is
ridiculous.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I mean, soils reports, friggin' all the backup and double redundancy. It's just insanity. No,
Well, and sewer and water and
Yeah.
everything else. We don't have any water for anybody, so they'll be like, "No, you just can't build." Well, what do you do with that property then if you own it?
that's the thing.
I was doing a project.
Like
I'm doing,
what?
I'm doing a project in California right now, and
Okay.
I'm not going to say who it is or
Say
anything.
who it
like
is, who
that.
is it?
No.
Just kidding.
So
It's a shit show.
I was
probably.
talking to the local office, and they said they just did a job recently. They did a 2-card reader ad on a building, right? The drawings, the architectural
For 2
drawings
doors.
for a stamp drawing set cost them $12,000.
for
That's for
2
some-
doors.
That's for some
2
fat
doors.
jerk at a desk to look at it and go, "That's good."
Cost them
Stamp it.
$12,000 for stamped architectural drawings. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
are you
crazy.
kidding me?
Can I have that guy's job?
Right? You think he makes that money? He doesn't make that money.
Inspectors.
That's
It's a
true.
city. It's a city
That goes
that's
to
making that
Newsom.
money.
Thanks, Newsom.
It's yeah. Whatever.
Oh, that sucks.
What did Andrea say?
Andrea,
Sorry, I
that
missed
sucks.
it. Working tonight. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the thing is they have no place to go.
And 3 little kids and their in-laws had to evacuate too. That's horrible.
How's the rest of the family? Because they have a bunch of people in California.
That's when California was cool.
Yeah,
right?
that's why
Yeah.
y'all left because it wasn't cool no more.
Yeah.
Although they're all gonna come here.
So
100%.
who,
the books.
who's in California and stuck with no place to go?
Andrea and Arthur's
Andrea's
friends.
family.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Don't let them come here. They'll never leave.
Yeah, I mean,
Not that we don't like people, but
California used to be a place of prestige, and is
Kind of tip of the spear.
yeah.
kind of like Vegas now. It's a shit
Oh,
show.
Well, I don't think Vegas was ever associated with
Oh,
prestige.
okay,
but,
she's
you
in
know.
Long Beach. Cool.
Yeah, I love Long Beach. Long Beach is freaking. Didn't I take you to Long Beach?
Where are Pete and Sylvia?
They're in San Diego. They're
Okay,
far
right.
enough away.
They're way north. They're way
Yeah.
north of your brother. Your brother's
Way
one I'm
south,
worried about.
Not north, south.
Same thing.
San Diego is the border of Mexico. So
North and
Oh,
south
is
and
it?
not-
Oh, I didn't know they were that close.
they're
Yeah, San
pretty-
Diego. You
they're
can
pretty
actually throw
close.
rocks down into
to Mexico. Yeah, they're pretty close.
Take a wrong turn and
I didn't know they were that close. I thought they were farther away.
down there by Catalina Island.
Oh, we need to go see it. Them.
And
I'm gonna have to go
naval
there
base.
next 4 or 5 months. So we can go.
Like June.
I don't know.
Why are you telling me now?
See the
Just
naval
prepare
base
you.
with an
In
exploding
the
bridge.
summer, we're gonna have to go.
So we went. So
Is that where I went with my pinball place?
no, that was San Francisco.
So much fun.
That was Alameda. Went to the pinball museum.
The pinball
Academy
museum.
left and Andy
Oh my God. I could have stayed there forever. We only stayed there like 2 hours, and then I looked at my husband and I was like, "You might shoot me."
You better get me out of here.
Yeah, I was like,
We'll be here all day.
he's gonna lose it. I will be there all day.
So we got to go Starfighters then.
There you go.
I was just gonna send him to the bar across the street, but he wasn't
No,
gonna.
the pinball place here.
Oh, there's this pinball place here.
Yeah.
Seriously?
You didn't watch the show
Yeah.
Tuesday, did you?
No, she
No.
didn't.
Okay.
I mean, I did, but I didn't
We
listen.
talked about it.
In great
We
detail.
talked about it. I didn't listen.
It's okay. I'll clue you in. We'll
'Kay.
go. We'll go do
There's
some
pinball, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo boo boo.
Did you cut that off, Joey?
We're gonna have to give.
There's the
we're gonna have
wrong
to
one.
give Keith something to do because he's only good for like an hour.
Top right. Top right. Top right.
Pound it, brother.
There you
I,
go.
I, like
Pound
it.
it, brother.
I like pinball. Not as
For
much
like
as
an
you do.
hour.
Yeah, for like an hour. Yeah.
That's why I said you're good for like an hour.
Give me Nintendo. I'll be there all day.
I'll be okay. There you
They
go.
have all those games too.
Good.
See? I'll be in a corner playing Nintendo.
I mean, they had the old arcade ones. But stand up.
I like arcade. Yeah, I love
The
arcades.
Mario.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pac-Man. Everything.
That's cool.
It's a super cool place.
That
Now
pitfall?
you're talking.
I
I'm
haven't
never
seen
gonna
that.
leave it. Where's
Do
this
that-
place at?
It's in Mesa.
It's in Mesa.
God forbid.
Where in Mesa?
It's only open. It's only open on the weekends, and you pay whatever you pay, like it's just $10 or $15.
Then you're
And
just in, yeah.
You're there for the hours till they close, and everything's free.
Okay, is there like young kids there or older? Or is
It's-
it a mix?
It's a
kids-
mix,
kids-
probably.
It's a definite mix, but it's
Okay.
more teenagers than like I take my kids there, and they were not even teenagers anymore. They're
Well, no, but
they're
I mean,
adults.
like, is it more predominantly like just kind of a mix of everybody, or is like there going to be a bunch of
Here's the
tweenies
thing.
there
Here's-
that I'm
here's what I
going to
can tell
like?
you. whatever it is that's there, I didn't notice. I just
Okay.
had a good time with the
Okay.
games.
Right.
Cool.
I wasn't
right.
standing in line trying to play shit. Nobody was getting
Oh,
on my
okay.
nerves.
Good.
I just played whatever the hell I wanted to play and
Jack,
walked around.
Jack likes people about as much as I like people,
Right.
so
it's
we'd be
like,
good.
yeah, it was good. It was that kind of place where it's
Okay.
like whatever's going on there, it's not
It
enough to
didn't-
take my focus off the
okay.
fact
Right,
that there's
cool.
lots of fun games. To
So there's not like 10 people standing behind you, breathing on you,
No.
and you got to murder some tweenie or something.
I think
Okay.
the Dance Dance Revolution games are probably the busiest ones, but they have multiple.
That's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. I'm not playing that game. I'm gonna play some pinball and leave me alone, and
Should I
maybe
see if
I'll
I can fix it?
snick a flask in.
I like Rampage and I like Star Wars. And all those games.
What's wrong, Joey?
No, your dad just said.
And
the-
Donkey Kong?
The TikTok camera is reversed.
Yeah, they've got Donkey Kong.
Oh,
What
it's
does
just-
it matter?
I'm upside down.
You're not upside down.
Well, I should be if it's reversed.
No big deal.
Left to right
Not a
and
big
right to
deal.
left and change your perspective every once in a
So-
while.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, totally.
What time do they open?
On Sundays.
What's
they're
this
open
called?
Like 3 to 7 or something.
You got to hit the menu thing. Joey.
Starfighters.
The 3 dots.
Starfighters.
Starfighters Arcade. Yep.
Thing down toward the bottom. There should be 3 dots somewhere or something in that area.
We'll do like a field trip, man.
19 miles away
Yep. Not
in
really.
a strip mall.
It's very covert. You don't see it from a street or anything. You wouldn't know. I don't even actually remember how it was that we found it.
There you go.
I think my son found it.
They're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
7 to 11.
There you go.
I think you fixed it, Joey.
Sundays 3 to 7. Oh,
Yeah.
the Sunday's only 3 to 7.
Yeah, Sunday's the worst for hours, but
But I could be there Friday, all at 7 a.m.
that's not 7 a.m. It's 7 p.m.
Oh,
Right?
really?
7 to 11, right? 7.
It just says 7 to 11.
I'm pretty sure it's
7
p.m.
p.m. to 11
That's
p.m.
pretty. Yeah, because it's basically
I
it's a
thought I
weekend
was going to
spot.
take Friday off and go play pinball.
Not happening.
You don't need an entire day.
Yes, I do.
You really don't.
She not sure it doesn't.
Oh, I really do.
It is
Oh
fun.
my
It is fun, but I mean,
God.
like getting to 4 hours. That's a lot of game.
That
playing.
is a lot of games.
Oh, I will.
Unless
I
you're-
will literally sit there and play one pinball game for
She
4
probably
hours.
would.
They've got some
Oh,
cool
it's
pinball machines, that's for sure.
amazing.
I love the ones with all the different actions.
Are we better on
That-
TikTok, guys?
That is not what I need in my life.
I think we're good.
Sure it is.
It really is.
Good to have an escape.
We should probably get to our topic tonight.
Sorry.
Well, there is one. Cool. What is it?
There is actually
is
a
it?
topic. So I figured we talk tonight about New Year's resolutions
My favorite.
and
I hate that.
and why they fail.
Well, that's probably why I hate it.
Because most of New Year's resolutions do fail at
Well,
some
yeah.
point in time.
Because it's a grand idea you have, and you're like, I'm going to change my life today. And by Thursday, you've forgotten because
Trying
it
to get
wasn't
the
really
mouse back.
anything you were committed to.
Or also the fact that you're waiting for that day to commit
To New
it.
Year's to
It's sort of
commit to
like, yeah,
something,
people do what they want to do.
you really didn't want to do it anyways. Because if you're going to change something, you'd have changed it in June.
This year I'm gonna work out.
Well, have you ever had a New Year's resolution?
No.
Never?
Me
Have you?
neither.
Not that I can recall. I mean, I'm sure at some point in my life I said I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that, and I didn't. And so since then I don't.
I've never been in
Oh.
that whole like Jack said. I've never been in this on the first.
The prescribed day. Thing.
I'm gonna no. If
Yeah,
I
but
was
it's-
gonna do something,
But
I
it's a
just
new
kind of.
year, new year, new you, new changes.
Right.
You
Why
never-
is this year different than last year? Why?
Because you fucked up all last year, so
Well,
well,
and
make
it's-
this
but
year different.
But I didn't fuck
also
up all last
It's
year.
also arbitrary as far as the date, like the first
True.
of January, because like today, this date a year ago it's a new year.
It's a new
Yeah.
year.
We just chose that as a collective, as
Right,
a holiday.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not it fucking New Year. It's just we started keeping numbers at a certain point. Doesn't mean anything more than any other day, really. So if you want to make a change in your life,
I like
today's
that,
just
Christine.
fine. But I understand we're creatures of habit and creatures of tradition. So I get why they do
And
it.
that's what they fall into.
I just don't want to play.
Yeah, I'm with Jack.
You don't have to play.
No,
like
that's cool.
I don't.
But let's hear why they fail.
So, well, first of all, let's go back to how old do you think New Year's resolution traditions are?
50 years, maybe,
You think so?
if that.
Ooh, I'm gonna go
What do you think?
less.
It was probably less.
How about 4,000?
1,000
No
years
way.
old.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Is it
You're
on the
a
next
fibber.
slide?
It
Isn't
is.
this stupid for the That's Chad being a jerk, Chad.
So, good Lord, that's hard to read.
Babylonians.
The
I love
tradition of
Babylonians.
the tradition of making New Year's resolutions has ancient roots and. Sorry, it goes into the dark and I can't read it.
I can
Dating.
read it in
Have you
here.
ever
Okay,
had
Can
a
you,
Joey,
Joe?
go
Babylonian
for it.
sandwich?
Joey's got a good reading voice.
He
And
does.
it goes from there. It says dating back over 4,000 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Ancient Babylonians. The Babylonians are credited with the first known New Year's resolutions, which they made to their gods at the start of the year. These resolutions were often made to gain favor with the gods, such as by returning borrowed tools or promising to pay off debts.
Give Uncle Randy back his hoe.
And then you got the Romans. You know what they say.
I wasn't done with my hoe.
Do as the Romans do.
Yeah. So the Romans didn't use the term resolutions, but they did try to start the new year with a positive mindset.
Let's be less killy this year.
Yeah, this is quite a lot more nice than that. Let's see. Well, I know. They would exchange gifts and figs.
I like
Nobody's
figs.
ever given me a fig.
Right.
Figs
And honey.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Together.
worked for part of the day as a good omen. I would like to do that every day.
Two great tastes go great.
Well, no,
together.
I'm retired.
Get
Never
figs
mind.
and honey and work half the day. I'd just rather get figs and honey.
Nope. Hard pass on both.
Oh, what has the 19th century brought?
Something good, I'm sure.
Yeah. So in the 19th century, Protestantism,
Protestantarianism.
Protestarianism.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
How many syllables is that?
That's a
Okay.
lot.
Emphasize
Protestant-
making pledges.
Protestantism.
See, now it gets into the dark area here. Making pledges that were aligned with religion, spirituality, and moral character. However, resolutions were also started to be what?
Satirized?
Satirized
Satirized?
in the
Yep.
1800s.
Interesting.
I'm glad that's not me.
Hmm.
I'm going to stop beating my kids. Shut up, Johnny.
The 20th century. By the 20th century, New Year's resolutions had become a firm tradition and had moved beyond religious context.
Oh, okay.
Into arbitrary, worthless, pointless crap.
Well, that brings us to today.
Yeah. Where nothing means nothing. Everybody sucks. Let's talk about it.
You should be able to read that one, Lindsay. It's in the fire at the
It's
end
true,
there.
it's burning.
Today, contemporary resolutions are more secular than religious
Oh.
or societal in nature. However, the desire to start afresh remains a universal human impulse.
So that's kind of what Jack said earlier, right?
Yeah.
That desire to.
I don't want to suck anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well then how about
Well,
knock it off? I go, I will, but
On Tuesday.
on Tuesday when
Right.
New Year's
Not now.
get out of hand here.
That's my thing. Is like if I suck in June, am I going to wait till January?
Well, and what does everybody want to do? I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna stop drinking. Or I'm gonna drink less. Nobody, drug addicts don't ever quit drugs. They're never like, I'm not doing heroin no more.
I'm not
No,
doing
no,
coke
no.
no more on
It's
New
gotta
Year's.
be
We're
a full-
done.
It's got to be a rock bottom or an intervention or
Yeah.
something. It's interesting because they never. I don't think they do that. They don't resolve to stop doing crack.
Probably not. Probably not.
I'm going to
What's your
stop
New
hooking
Year's
for crack,
resolution?
but
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing crack.
Right.
I'm waiting for the TikTok message to pop up.
Oh.
10 minute.
I was sending messages.
Oh, wait.
Amy's been on there,
Oh, hey, Amy.
but she said she has,
Oh, I was
to,
like, are
has
we in
to
trouble
leave.
on
So here in a second.
TikTokers already?
Well, good
So
night,
everybody
Amy.
say good night to Amy.
I'm,
Good night, Amy.
I'm still waiting on Amy's
Good
video
night.
for her aunt.
Yeah.
by the
Don't
way.
forget
Oh,
about that.
yeah. We need that.
They do. So anyway, resolutions are. I don't know.
All right.
Why,
so,
why,
I,
why do they fail?
so I went to the top 5 New Year's resolutions.
And they are
Okay. Saving money.
No.
This can include putting
pudding.
Me too. I don't think it has to do with saving money though.
putting bills on
Pudding.
auto pay or reducing spending.
Pudding.
Now I'll get.
Sorry.
How is sorry? How is putting a bill on auto pay saving money?
It's not.
Well, they
You don't lose. You don't get any
Instead of
excuse.
paying my car payment, I'm going to let the bank pay it every.
well, you know, they say if you set up auto pay, you'll save 2%.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
It's kind of like how
They
it's
give you a
interesting.
discount sometimes.
it
Yeah, they
depends
do.
on the
That's what I'm
loan
saying.
you.
There's a lot of weird, stupid stuff that go like the paying cash now all of a sudden saves you money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, it
Like, at the
absolutely
pump,
does.
It sure does.
Everywhere.
10
Well,
cents a
everywhere it
gallon.
does
Like
because
when
you're
you-
not getting charged for the credit card
That's
fee.
when you
true.
go there to pay for something at the counter and then like, oh, you're paying cash and the price goes down.
Uh huh.
And
We
I'm
did
like,
that
this
at
is the
Denny's
weirdest crap.
forever, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Go by the bank." It's so stupid.
That is very
Well,
We-
then you get the ones that when you pay cash, they look at you funny.
I do.
Where
enjoy,
were we at?
I do enjoy people.
And at the
Dairy Queen.
no, the fish place that we just went this last weekend. My dad pulls out cash, and the lady looks at her, and
They're like, what?
I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "It's gonna be a minute. I gotta go get change."
Nothing brings me more
Yeah,
joy than watching a
probably.
millennial just vapor lock when you hand them
Vapor lock.
some odd thing
And
of money, with
especially
like a quarter, a nickel, and
my-
a penny, and two.
My
And I go,
favorite thing is when you're like, "Oh, it's $6." right? Or $25 or something. Oh, I'm going to give you like $1 more to round it up so you can give me a 5 back. And they just look at you.
Oh, I do it with coins though, and it just breaks.
Oh, yeah.
people's
I
brains.
literally.
Let me give you 10 more cents, and then it rounds it up to the dollar, and they're like,
It's 13, 16s, you give them a 10, a 5, and then like 26 cents, and they're like,
you can
that's
see
more.
You can
when
see
I
the
when I
smoke.
first moved back here, I went to the Dairy Queen that was by our old house.
Yeah, you're
and
orange.
it was like
Uh-huh.
I bought a couple of things. It was like $18.25 was the total, right? So I gave her a 20,
And a quarter.
and then I'm like, oh, I got a quarter. Hang on. She like you said, she vaporized,
Vaporized.
froze up.
They
She's
already
like,
pressed the button. They
she's
don't know
like,
what to do.
I
She's
can't.
like-
She goes, exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to get a manager.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I have to get.
You're
a
like,
manager.
I'm giving you the quarter so that you can give
round
me
it up.
$2
Give
me $2
back.
back.
Yeah.
It
It says 75 cents.
But it says
It says if you
170.
use
It
75
says
cents.
I owe you 175.
How
I
did I
don't
get more?
understand. Oh,
It was the best.
It's awful.
that's when they like give you the 175 and then they give you the quarter and you give them all 4 quarters back and you're like, can I have $1?
It is
And they're
amusing
like,
when they
"Thank
just
you."
refuse it. They're just like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do this.
My bad.
Well, the cashless society has started.
I
And
know.
oh
So,
yes.
yeah.
Last Saturday we were at that sports park, the big one out there,
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and I went
That place
to
is
try
a
to give them cash
Nope.
to pay to get in. Oh, sorry, we don't take cash. We only take cards.
Great. Here's a greeting
you-
card from Hallmark.
Did you have all of your stuff
Suck
already
it.
made? Like you ordered it and they made all your drinks and then you went to go pay?
Oh no, this was just to get in.
Oh,
Just we
see,
went
I
to
love
watch
it
a
when
sports
like,
thing. So,
They start warning us.
but yeah, the food and all that. You,
oh,
you
there's
can
our
only use
warning.
a
We're in
card.
trouble.
Hey, you
So,
said bad
like,
stuff. Quit it.
I love it when like you're at a bar or you're at a restaurant or something and they make all your stuff and then you go to pay and you give them $100 bill and they just look at you and they're like, we don't take cash. And you're like, then I guess this is all free.
That's kind of why. I
And
feel
they
about
just
it.
look at you and they're like, what? And I'm like, I have $100 bill or nothing.
Exactly. I have no digital.
What's your
form of
option?
Well, I did that in Circle K one day. I walked in, got a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
walked up to the counter. They're like, "Oh, our machines are down." I'm like,
Cool.
"Okay,
it. Bye.
you think you might put a sign somewhere that
Free
says,
then, I
"Hey,
guess.
we're not
I don't
taking
know what to
cards
tell
right
you.
now"? Well, you can't take the coffee. Well, what are you gonna do with it?
Cool. Then I'll set it right here and you can
We're-
throw it
We're
away.
gonna throw it away. I'm like, so
Cool.
why don't you just let me
Throw it
fucking
away
take
in my mouth.
I'm like, really?
I can't believe you asked. I would have just left.
Throw it away in my mouth.
I leave if there's a long line.
Oh, I love it when you go to the self checkouts
When you go to the what?
and like no, because in Circle K it's all that
I
now.
go to those two. I go.
Oh, I set them.
not
Oh
my
no,
day to
I
work.
set it. I set it all in there, and then it yells at you, and it only charges you for one thing. And I pay, and I grab all my shit, and I go. And I'm like, if your shit doesn't work, that's a you problem, not
I'm
a
a
me
terrible
problem.
cashier. I'm a terrible.
Oh, I am absolutely.
Well, I want to know.
I be throwing shit everywhere in the bags and the.
So what annoys the shit out of me is, I don't agree with the self checkouts. A lot of people like them. I don't like them.
Which again, your monkey, your
But
circus.
my thing is now it's freed up all these workers, right? I deserve fucking employee of the month when I go into Circle K because I'm emptying their fucking
Oh,
coffee
you do
grinds.
everything.
I'm changing their
Their
creamer out, their half and half
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And I'm like, does anybody work here anymore? Seriously.
No,
He
they don't.
literally
And-
will
and-
pull out the ground thing and dump the grounds and put it back in. And I'm like, man, you did get like a percentage off.
I went in there one day, I'm like, you're at a half and half. So this dude brings out the little thing at half and half. He can't figure
Doesn't
out
know
how
how
to
to
do
put
it.
it in.
And I'm telling him how to do it. I'm like, dude, you got to stick it in there. You got to put the cover back on. You got to cut the thing. And he's looking at me like, I'm
You
like,
want a
yeah.
job?
Every time I come in here, your fucking half and half is empty. What are you guys doing? And I walk up to the counter. There's 5 people sitting behind the counter.
Sitting
There's
there,
always a
doing
gaggle
nothing.
of people just standing there talking to each other. That's when I just leave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? No,
That's cool.
I gotta go. 4 people standing around here jerking each other off.
Seriously. It's
I'm like, you still have 12 people here. I don't know what we're doing.
right. Your store, you should be able to eat off the floor. With
Oh, and
those
it's
rings
still
around.
always gross.
Never clean.
No,
It's
it's
always
never.
There's
gross.
42 people in line for the self checkout
Yeah.
things, and everybody on the
Blech.
counter is a moron.
So
Right,
gross.
Mama Cats, yeah, 100%. I
Oh yeah,
I-
he gets her done.
I literally walked in. This guy's struggling to make a cup of coffee, and I'm like, "Dude, you got to empty the grind." He
Your
looks at
thing's
me
still-
like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, the grind's
Yeah,
full. You
right
gotta
here.
empty it." So I pull
Dump
it out,
throws it
empty
away.
it, put it back in. He makes his cup of coffee.
Yeah.
He's like, how'd you know how to do that? I'm like,
Because I
they don't do
here
shit.
all the time.
I do it all the time.
That's fine.
Yeah,
And then it makes me wonder why these fuckers are getting paid $20 an hour.
right, 100%.
Like, I'll go there to stand behind the fucking counter.
I would be employee of the year. I'm telling you. if
you,
I worked
they
at
would
a
have
place
you
like
running
that.
12 of those things.
Except that it's clear that they don't value their employees.
No,
No,
seriously.
not at all.
Because all those people are very just. I've seen some of them that are lifers. Like, I know people that were there. There's a particular Circle K in Chandler where there's a couple of ladies that used to work at the one that's no longer there in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
That when I was a child, when I was
I've been there.
12 years old, they
You
still
remember
are
them.
cashiers
Yep.
at Circle K.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't realize it was a career
They're
sort
so-
of job.
But
And I
it
wonder, what are
also-
they making? an
No,
hour?
'cause it
new hires
also-
are making 14
It
something.
also
yeah.
goes into, so my ex aunt, probably something like that.
Yeah.
She was on disability because she had diabetes, so she couldn't work a real job.
That
So
would be
she
your aunt permanently removed.
It'd be what?
Your aunt permanently removed.
Permanently removed. First removed. Second involved. Yeah.
Final.
So she was in that situation where she could only do so many hours because if you work too many hours, you get like where it affects your disability. So it could have been something like that. And that's just like, hey, we're just going to sit around and do nothing all day.
But for anybody that doubted, like Jack just said, for anybody that doubted Circle K's mentality, let me tell you a little story about this one up here. So
Which one?
they shut the store down to remodel the store. Now, it used to be you'd walk into the store, right? You can go into any
You
door.
really
Nope,
did.
not anymore.
And
You really,
In and
it's
out.
just,
the cash register was in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
as
Right?
it still is.
No, it's
it-
not. It is not in the middle of the store.
Oh
They
no,
moved
it's up against, the other wall.
the window.
The glass side. Yeah.
Let's get this straight. How many times was this store held at gunpoint? You now put the cash register against the window. You have a door where you funnel people in, and you have a door
Found
where
it,
you
brother.
funnel people.
It's bulletproof glass.
It is unbelievable. I'm like, the mentality is just staggering. It really is.
But again, the way they treat their employees is clearly not
Oh,
top,
yeah.
top notch. And,
No.
and that's evidenced by the fact that you can walk in there, you can just load your hands up with stuff and just straight leave, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
won't.
But
they don't
that's
care.
anything though. You go into the grocery store now, they let people leave. You go into a bar, they let people leave. How many times do they stand there and they're told don't touch them, just let them go? I ran some dude over with a cart.
Well, there's loss prevention officers in some places, but
Well.
not Circle K's.
Well, no, this was the fries. What fries was it?
Our old one
The newest.
It was our old one.
where they put in the gates.
No,
Every
but
time
this was
oh.
way.
I wonder how,
It was the old fries on the customer service side.
how are those Amazon
Okay.
store
No.
those stores working out?
Yes, it was because it
I wonder, I
was
wonder.
because it was closer to the office because I remember it because the office is near where the meds pharmacy is. So this guy comes running out with the 12-pack of beer, right? And I'm going in and I got my cart and I'm like, doo-doo-doo, it's a Tuesday, whatever. This is when I was still at the hospital. So it was like noon and life is great. And I know nobody's going to be here and it's going to be amazing. And this guy comes running out with his cases of beer. And this older guy, right? Like mid-70s probably, tries to stop him and is like, hey, this isn't right. Like you can't be stealing. This, I'm going to say 20s-year-old kid starts punching him in the face. Starts punching this old dude, right? What do? I ran his ass over with the cart and maybe slammed him against the things a couple times. So, that's fine. And then, of course, the security comes out and they get him and they drag him back in and police show up. And I told the police, I'm like, tell me what happened. They were like, did he assault you? And I was like, no. And they were like, what happened? And I was like, I may or may not have shoved him into those pots right there. And that could be why his face is a little bloody. But I'm like, he was hitting this old guy and he was like, that's fine, ma'am. Have a good day. And I was like, cool, great, bye.
Joey, put Andrea's previous comment up. I was trying to read it, but I didn't get a chance to read it. The one up, couple, that one right there. Gas station bar. I used to have a lady working there that would mad dog us at all the time. It was hilarious. Her name was Carol.
Oh, was Carol a Karen?
Probably.
She just didn't know.
She's somebody's sister.
Somebody's
It's
mom
true.
too.
I get it, Joey.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
We'll tell you off.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Ha
Ha, ha,
So yeah, they're not allowed to chase anybody because that's what the lady said. She was like, we're not allowed to chase anybody anymore. And I was like, what the hell? Like, really? Why aren't you if they're stealing from you? She's like, because it's not our stuff. And I was like,
Yeah, that's why you're not allowed. I mean, that's the
cool.
law-
I mean,
the
I
law
get
anywhere.
it. I've never chased a patient. I'm like, hey, I just got to follow you to the door. Please don't punch me
Where's
in
your
the face.
insurance
But
card?
Dad, you could probably file for disability.
He
You said-
has type 2 though. She had type 1.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Is type 2 the one you earn?
Type 2 is the one you earn. Type 1 is the one you're born with.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's lazy too.
Did you get through all these failed resolutions?
Oh,
no, we did not. We only got to
Sorry.
number 1.
We got the whole like auto pay thing
thought
threw
so.
us for a loop, Joey.
Thanks,
So
Joey, for putting us back on
sorry.
track.
Hello, everybody.
This is why we have somebody in the production room.
So eating better. This can include eating breakfast, eating vegetables,
Pudding.
and cutting down on sweets,
Good.
exercising more. This can include taking a class, running, or doing weight training.
Or signing up for the gym, which is why I hated the gym January, February, March.
I don't like Jim either.
Jim's an idiot.
Jim's a jerk.
Spending
Jim's
more
an
time
ass.
with loved ones. This can include
Oh.
spending time with family and friends.
That's a sad resolution, but I get it. It's because people are too busy and they've
Yeah.
not because
Well, and you really do have to take that time. Like, I hate to say it, we get caught up in our own lives that way. And we're like, hey, have we talked to anybody
well, everybody does
in
that.
our life?
I mean, how many people have how many times you've been like, oh, I would love to go or I'd love to stay, but I've got to go to work.
Yeah.
Do you though?
Fucking work.
That's true, Andrea.
What'd you say?
Got to eat better based off of the holidays.
Oh,
right?
no,
Yeah,
that's
the
true.
holidays.
That's just, we have to not.
Nah.
So
pudding.
quitting smoking. This can include finding ways to spend time without smoking. So those are the top 5 resolutions that people.
I'm all
normally
for
do.
saving money. Everything else is pretty much what we do all the time.
Well,
Well, didn't I say this year, what are we going to do?
save money,
Not buy random shit.
not by random shit. Yeah.
What's the point of having money if you're not going to buy random shit?
So we have to get the bills paid and then we can buy
You
more.
don't have to.
Then
get
you
the
can
bills
buy
paid.
more random
It's
shit.
just a good idea.
But like, and then what did I, what did I order today? Fertilizer for my
And a-
plants
and a
outside.
calendar. She buys a calendar.
How many?
Oh, I needed a calendar. That was a need. The plant fertilizer was not a need. That was a random shit. What are you reading?
So the psychology. I was trying to read Christine's comment.
Psychology.
The psychology behind
Psychology.
failed New Year's resolutions. So
I agree with Christine's more traveling this year to Arizona.
yes,
I'm just going to add that in there because you don't need to travel anywhere else. You just come here, see me. That's it. That's all you need.
so unrealistic expectations. That I think is the biggest thing that people said, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I'm going to take over the world.
I
People-
haven't exercised a day in my life. I'm going to the gym every day.
every day.
Just get off your ass every once in a while. How about that? Just a refreshing change of pace.
Jack, that's,
Just seriously.
that's when you're just like, well, now I'm crippled. Thanks.
Take the stairs. You know.
There you go.
People often
Eat pudding while you're taking the stairs.
I'm joining a gym. Don't join.
Don't do it. Don't.
Just walk around your house.
Yeah. Walk around your
A block.
neighborhood.
Yeah. Go outside.
That's cool too.
Whoa, in the sun. Good. Sorry.
Yeah. that's
people often set overly ambitious goals without considering the necessary steps to achieve them, leading to frustration and a feeling of failure when progress isn't immediate.
So I have
And-
to come up with a plan to take over the world.
Yes.
Okay. I'll
So-
work on that.
So, and I've always preached this, okay? And ever since I started studying health and wellness and exercise, you got to understand something. If it's your health you want to change, it literally is a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a
It's not
diet
a
that
diet.
No,
works.
diets
It's not a no.
They don't work. You have to be willing to change your lifestyle.
How much you eat and how much you exercise.
100%.
Less pudding.
And what's hilarious about it is the part that people forget is that it's still you, and it's only you.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've made it this far without ever doing this shit, it's kind of a testament to you.
Right.
So depending on when it becomes important to you to make it a priority in your life,
Well,
the
and
likelihood
what
of making that
reasoning
real
is.
change is
Yeah.
really a low percentage shot.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who exercises.
Right.
I work in a job that kills me.
Yes.
It's the
But
only
that is
reason,
your exercise.
it's
though.
the only reason
Really.
I'm not
But-
morbidly obese.
Right.
That's
Right.
If I stop working, I
You'd
will
be
blow up
done.
like a Macy's Day float.
Yeah.
I promise you.
you would be 800 pounds
Promise.
like the guy you have to
Yeah.
roll out of the thing. Well,
Because
that's
I'm
the
not
same.
going to start exercising. or
That's the
eating
same as
less.
my
But
dad.
you don't have to, though. That is your
Not yet.
exercise.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Right.
Point
But
is,
When you're done.
Exactly.
when I'm going to be ready to go, like, I'm making a New Year's resolution because I can't get off the couch.
Right.
Yeah. I can't touch my toes
Which is
anymore.
what happens with a lot of people that make
Yeah.
these resolutions. They reach a point where it's become untenable and they're frustrated by it. But it's like you only got there because you don't have what it takes to keep it from getting
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Like you made health choices at a point in your life before you got to the point where you couldn't move around,
Yeah.
and you
Right,
couldn't
right.
function,
Right.
and that's not
Well,
generally the case with
That's
people.
Right.
that's the same thing as my dad.
A
My
lot of judgment
dad.
going on in here.
My dad eats.
I'm not judging anybody.
I do. I am.
My dad eats what?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
8,000 calories a
Oh, yeah,
day.
her dad eats like
He has a pizza for
unbelievable.
lunch, and then there's a lunch in between lunch and
he's
dinner,
skinny
and then
as a
there's
rail.
I wouldn't
snacks.
dare count my calories.
But because of the work that he does, like you,
Yeah.
he's what, a 34 waist? I mean, he's tiny.
Wow.
But as soon as my dad stops working,
yeah,
those calories are going to catch up.
Yep.
So it's one of those things. Like, we were over there working on the house, and he was like, he eats breakfast, and he was like, he eats breakfast already, goes to work, then calls on the way back. Do you guys want a burrito? And I'm like, no, I don't need a burrito. Like, we ate, we're good. Gets a burrito on the way home. Half an hour later, after he eats, because you have to start thinking about the next meal while you're doing that. You ready for lunch? Where do you want to go? And I was like, no, I got work to do. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go make a sandwich. Goes and makes a sandwich. And then comes back like an hour later and was like, okay, you ready for lunch now? And I was like, sure, let's go. So he goes, and then we eat, and then he comes back. And then by the time we get finished and get home, he's already eaten another meal.
Seriously.
And I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
And this is why I told you, I can't live with him. Because I'm going to be 800 pounds because he's like, do you want a burrito? And I was like, no, I don't want a burrito.
But he never stops. That's the thing.
Here, I got you this burrito. I told you I didn't want a burrito. Like, what? And then you have to eat the burrito.
About that?
Yeah, I didn't lie. Like, I really didn't want a burrito.
I tell her on the way to the house, we got to stop and grab something to eat. Why? Because your dad's going to try to feed us.
He's going to try to feed
We got to eat something and say, no, we ate already.
It doesn't matter. He's still, I mean, I'm lucky.
Yes.
I'm surprised he didn't bring us a burrito. Here, I just got you one. So
Just
you guys,
in case,
so you guys can share it. Like, it's not a whole one. It's just a half.
He does. He's got an amazing metabolism.
It's ridiculous.
Seriously.
Well, you guys saw him at the wedding. He's skinny as a rail.
But he never sits still, though.
He's like me.
constantly
He doesn't. He's got to. Yeah, we always got to. It's our brains. It's a mess of weird up here.
All right. So, where was I here?
Over there.
False hope.
Read the middle one because I can't read that.
False hope syndrome. The phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Are you okay?
Phenomenon. Yeah.
That's not, really.
You've got to hear Paisley do that one.
Oh, it's in my head. I can't. It's I know. The phenomenon describes the initial. Damn it, Jack. Burst of optimism and overconfidence when starting resolutions, which quickly fade when faced with obstacles leading to giving up. So taking over the world.
I've been guilty of that. I really have. I've been guilty of that a lot.
What?
Where,
that burst.
Well, I shouldn't admit this on the air, but I'm going to admit it. I'm a little bit jealous of my brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
right. Because my brother's in amazing shape. And I'm a little bit jealous of him. So when I hang out with him,
brother also doesn't work the hours that you work.
Anyway,
he does though. He owns his own company.
He does, and he owns his own company,
so
which means he can
also
go
more
jump in the
motivated.
gym and
No,
do whatever he
what's
wants
that?
whenever he wants.
so he's just kind of all around a better person than you are.
Probably. Yeah.
What?
Probably. He probably
so you're a little
is.
jealous.
He truly
Let's
is.
go ahead.
So
Wow.
when I hang around with him, I get that burst of ambition. Right.
I'm gonna do it.
Like, dude, I'm gonna get ripped like you. Yeah. Especially when he tells me, he goes. So my
you
brother
could be
always tells
bigger.
me, and
You
that's what
could
he
be
tells me.
bigger
He goes,
than me.
dude, your frame is bigger than
Because
mine. You could be twice the size.
He
of me.
is. He's,
Shut up.
Keith is very boxy.
Keith, if Keith really, really worked out, he'd turn into a pickle
He
barrel.
could be insane.
No, he would be.
He'd
You'd be that dude who has
fucking-
that one ab.
It's just
There's-
one giant. I can't reach behind my shoulder.
Right. Can you wipe my ass for me? I can't
Literally.
reach it. It's like,
He's
yeah.
gonna be like, he already can't reach the middle of his back as it is.
Yeah.
Come on now, stop giving me more jobs.
No.
So he is very square. His brother is a little smaller stature,
But he's ripped.
but he's ripped
He's
because
seriously
he doesn't eat.
But
He's running like
it's a body
it's
type.
different.
But anyway,
It's my type.
the point
So
is,
he gets this
I
burst
get
of, like,
jealous,
I'm
and
gonna
when I'm
roar.
around, and I'm like, especially since him and I are going to start doing a podcast next month together.
Right.
I'm like, oh, dude, I got to get ripped, And
You
about
have
a
to
week
stop
into
being
it, I'm
crippled.
like, all the shit happens in my life, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Like you go like you go golfing with your wife
Yeah,
and you're
draw
crippled for
my
a
arm.
leg.
Shoulder.
I blew out my back on Saturday, So now I haven't worked in 4 weeks. I worked out in 4 weeks, and it's
Literally,
it's
we
killing
went-
me.
We went to go play golf for my birthday. And he was just getting better from that to where he was like, I'm gonna work out this weekend. And then we went to my house to finish putting everything in. And he gets out of the car because it wasn't when we were at the house.
No, it's on the drive
It
home.
wasn't even anything.
I step out of the car and I stand there. I'm like,
Welcome to being 50.
Oh,
What do
shit.
you? Oh,
and I felt it, and
I'm like, well, I guess we're not working out on Monday.
my back has been out since Sunday, and it's been killing me.
Oh
Surprisingly, it's not killing me to sit here right now, but
no, it's because you've had
it's
2
been
things
a
of
lot,
whiskey. It's fine.
probably. But I've been in a lot of pain since Sunday.
But
So
it's that thing. Like, what the fuck do you do? Like,
But
I was all ready to
you get that
go.
burst of confidence. I'm ready to go.
ready to
And
do
then
it.
This shit happens. It's like,
and life was like,
Fortunately, that rarely happens to me. And when it does, it's just a thought. And then I'm like, nah. I'm not gonna do it.
Jack's like, that seems like a lot of work.
it's a fleeting thought.
I want to get organized. No,
Joe,
no,
you have a
no,
lot of those, right? Those fleeting thoughts.
You're gonna get
Yeah,
organized.
I'm gonna get everything really
Huh.
organized and put together. No.
Then you look at your house and you're like,
I guess
yeah,
enough.
that's a lot of work.
Yeah, everything's a lot of work.
Say, I do have my pantry. I do need to get with you. I have a list of things that I need
Sounds good.
because
So-
I bet you have them.
So would this be you, Jack? Lack of intrinsic motivation.
motivation.
I think so. What's intrinsic?
Resolutions based on external pressure or no, this isn't
No,
Jack.
that's not Jack. Jack doesn't give a shit
Based
what
on
people think.
external pressure or societal expectations rather than personal desire for change
Yeah.
are less likely to be sustained.
Yeah, but that's,
No.
and that would be because that's really the only really reason that I would ever change anyway.
That would
because
actually
other
be your
people pressure-
only
Right.
motivation.
Nah, I just don't care.
For you, you're the opposite. Like if somebody was pressuring you, that would probably be your only.
Best case scenario, I might get better at faking whatever it is
Yeah.
that they want me to do. You know?
That's probably. That's.
But I'm generally not going to change. I'm pretty comfortable with who I am.
My favorite
Better.
memory with you
No, no.
is when we were up in Prescott and we went to this diner for breakfast one morning
Oh yeah,
and you had coffee
I did.
and the endless amounts of sugar you put in that coffee.
Oh,
I was
I
just
can
staring at
only
Jack going,
imagine.
Was this when we went to the waffle Iron,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
the nice thing about the waffle iron is they have the carafes of sugar.
Oh, they have the
Because I
big
generally
thing.
speaking,
You
if
can
they
dump
don't
it.
have a carafe of sugar, it's really not worth the trash I'm going to generate. Because when you bring me the thing of sugar
12
packets,
packets.
there's going to be 40 of them, and it takes up a lot of space. It's a little embarrassing.
Can you bring me a cup of sugar? From
That's
the
what I'm
back?
saying. Like
I
if
know
you
got
have,
it.
something I can pour it out of.
Or can
you
I
know.
just give you my cup and you can fill it halfway with sugar and then bring it back? I mean, I'm cool with that too.
However they want to work it. But that's the thing. Like I can't. She says, Jack. That's the problem. No, it's not. It's I'm that. What do you call it? It's the opposite effect. Like I'm wired normally, but caffeine doesn't do anything
do
except
anything.
keep me from getting a headache at this
Yeah.
point. You
No,
know what
you
I
just
mean?
need
It's such a
sugar.
regular part of my. That was a point in time where I was drinking just over 3 liters. I'm sorry, 2 liters of Red Mountain Dew every day.
2
Oh,
liters.
Daily.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a caffeine intake I had. And
That's
like
a lot
coffee
of
doesn't do shit. to me.
Peeing.
Really? Yeah.
That's a lot of peeing,
It is.
Jack.
I am European.
My,
You be a peeing,
I
and when
be a
you
peeing.
eat 6,
It is a lot of peeing. It's a lot of expansion of the bladder, and
that's a lot of sugar.
but I can't say anything because I can drink coffie right before bed. It doesn't affect
Yeah,
me.
it doesn't
you're
bother me at all.
insane.
Yeah.
The caffeine doesn't.
affect me.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, if I have a cup of coffee, I'll be up all night.
Oh no, I am
Pass out
100% that
3
person.
minutes.
If I have to drink coffee in the morning, if I have it anytime after like 10 a.m., I am
You're
literally
screwed.
up all night.
That's funny because
It's
I
Insane.
have to hold still for 15 seconds, then I can fall asleep. Just about
No,
everywhere.
it takes me, even with like,
I'm not kidding.
that's kind of how Keith is too. Like he
Yeah.
watches his videos and then he's out.
I'll
And
just
I'm
be
just
like,
sitting there like,
My wife's like, "Are you asleep?" I'm like, "Nope,
I'm not
Nah.
now.
maybe. I'm not sure."
I heard what you said, so I don't think so. No, like it takes me even with a normal day and not having, because once something's in my brain, it's over. So no songs are stuck in my head, no major plans or thoughts. Like it was just a good day, like today, nothing really crazy going on. It's still gonna take me easily an hour and a half to fall asleep.
Crazy,
Easily.
crazy.
But now, God forbid, you get a song or a thought or something's going on like that I need.
Or do you remember Sesame Street-esque.
All right. So poor planning.
Sorry, what?
Not creating a concrete plan with the specific actions and measurable goals makes it difficult to track progress and stay on track.
That checks out.
I agree with
So I've learned that I need to have a plan to take over the world,
you.
and
Yeah,
not just for the poor planning, but for that beginning one. Like I have to have steps, so I know that I'm not failing.
that's true.
I like the all or nothing mentality.
Right.
A single
Doing
slip up
it.
can lead individuals to feel like they've failed completely, causing them to abandon the resolution altogether.
That's why you come up with a plan.
But you should abandon it because you have failed and you suck. So it's good to just give up while you're ahead. If at first you don't succeed, give up while you're ahead. That's what
Wow.
I just want to
Jack.
note. I just want to note that nobody's ever paid Jack to be a motivational speaker.
No.
They should though. Oh, I can dispense great
I'm
advice.
sure-
I don't follow any of it.
Jack
but
would be like,
I can tell you how to live your life. I'm a great
I'm not
relationship
doing
coach.
it,
All that
but
stuff.
y'all should do it.
Yeah, I know because I know.
Do as I say, don't do as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't look at me. I'm not doing that shit.
Don't go by me. Organization,
I've taken
Jack's got
financial
you.
peace, you know
He's
what I
not
mean?
doing
I
it, but
graduated.
he's got you.
And I'm broke all the time. Not because I don't know how not to be.
Right.
It's because I
right.
choose.
You
not
choose
to be.
not to be. Right.
I don't know where I'm
Remember
going to
that
be
fun
tomorrow.
thing we were talking about? That random shit you can have? Yeah.
Or, just random stuff that can happen. But anyway.
Like bagpipes.
Procrastination.
That's
is
probably
one of my favorite.
That's probably the best, right? Procrastination.
Olympic level.
Like bagpipes.
You don't even know, bro. And this is in the last year and a half. Like, I'll get up between 6:30 and 8:30, and I don't leave the house till after 11. If I'm in a hurry.
That is the
If you're in
epitome
a
of
hurry,
procrastination.
That's
It's ridiculous. I'm not doing anything
Right.
other than just stupid
Just
phone.
can't do it.
Or, it's terrible.
Just no. Well, especially now that it's cold. Like
Oh,
my
that doesn't help
motivation,
either, yeah.
and again, being from Arizona, as soon as it's cold, you're like, fuck you, I'm not doing anything.
Nope. Not going. No. Not going
I was talking to one of the guys in Atlanta, and I was complaining about that it's cold and windy. And he was like, "Oh, what is it? Like 5?" And I was like, "It's like 42 and it's fucking cold." And he was like, "I'm going to buy you a blanket from Temu. Stop being a fucking whiner." And I was like, "It's so cold, I can't
They're getting
die."
hit with a cold spell down there too.
I'm so
Yeah, well, there's a,
cold.
what is it? What's I think the nor'easter or whatever.
Well,
That's
that
why
Arctic dip that's
Yeah.
coming
the
down
sympathy,
there.
Ice
the
storms.
sympathy was 0 for me.
Well,
Yeah.
I got 0 sympathy.
anybody who lives in sub-zero weather, that's on them.
I can't do it.
I told,
Why? Why
I
would
told
why?
my guys from Jersey that I said, yeah, it's supposed to go down to 29 this weekend.
You're like, our
And they
high
said,
is
"Yeah,
5.
that's our high.
Yeah.
That's not our low."
That's
Why
what
do you
Matei-
live there?
Yeah.
That's what Tazy told me.
Yeah. Well,
I was
she-
like, it's gonna be. I'm like, you live in North Dakota.
well, her
You're
high's like
practically.
-5.
You're in Canada. What? I'm sorry. Like, you're insane. I
Joey-
can't even come and see you.
Joey's kicking us to the next. slide.
Sorry. He's like, it's 8:00. Hurry up.
And I put this title in there: set goals, not resolutions. Right.
Oh, I like
and
that.
I think that's the way you have to think of things.
Just do shit.
My goal is
Just
to
do
take over the world.
Focus on the
Now
fly.
you're talking.
Now you're talking. It's
People who
12 and it
know
feels
how.
like 8. Allison, you guys are insane. Our high was 15 today. Yeah, no.
So they say people who
Nope.
know how will always work for the people who know why.
That's true.
I
wants
don't know-
who
I don't
wants to
know
read
how.
that? I can't read that.
Set
12 degree
smart
goals.
goals. Make goals specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant and time bound. Focus on the why. Understand the deeper reasons behind your resolution to create a stronger internal motivation. Break down goals. Divide larger goals into smaller ones with manageable steps. That sounds like the first part. Create a routine. Incorporate new habits like eating pudding into your daily routine and make them easier to maintain.
Again, lifestyle change.
Seek accountability. Share your pudding with trusted friends and join a support group.
Really? You're gonna
Join a
put it-
support group.
Share your goals. Sorry,
My
pudding's
name
the
is
same.
Keith. I like pudding.
I like pudding. I like pudding.
My name is Jack. I put half a cup of sugar in my coffee.
In my pudding.
In my pudding.
I eat tapioca on the weekends.
I bathe in tapioca with a hat. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you encourage setbacks and focus on learning from mistakes, like how you fucked up your pudding.
So don't punch yourself in the head when you're messing shit up.
Don't now you can't have any
See,
pudding.
and what's
You
funny
don't
about-
deserve pudding, Jack.
What's funny is like, I mean, reading these things, I'm always laughing because I'm always just like, duh. Like all of it's kind of no duh.
Right.
But
You get sucked into it.
shit.
You
Like,
really do.
I'm
like
47 years old. The things I do, I do. The likelihood of me making any major changes in the way that I live my life
Probably
is slim
not.
to nil, and I'm okay with that. The thing that I think is funny is people that either aren't okay with it or don't understand that like it's all you, buddy. It's
Right.
always been all you.
Right.
Nothing that's happened in your life was a result
Well,
of something that was foisted upon
somebody
you.
else.
You made choices.
You made choices, right?
Good, bad, or indifferent. So like people, I'm gonna do it this year. Okay, then shut up.
You, but you
Just
didn't
do
do
it.
it last year.
Just
Yeah.
freaking do it. Why do we have to talk about it? Making lists, all that stuff. Seems
Well,
so
and this
ridiculous
is
to me.
this is my thing. So like we grew up. Again, I am age discriminating all of us.
Yeah.
We grew up in that instance to where you fucked it up. Your parents told you, they were like, how'd that go for you?
Yeah, it was kind of pulled the
You
TV
did it
down on your
yourself.
head. Not going to do that again.
Yeah.
Do that again.
You ran
Yeah,
into the
stick your
table
finger
and
in
you
the socket.
40-pound television
busted
on TV
yourself out.
tray.
Cool.
Stop grabbing
How'd
the
that
knob,
work?
dummy.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of grew up in that era.
Right.
These kids now didn't. It's everybody else's fault.
You like riding in the front seat? Yeah.
Sit in the back.
or the
Should've
did
wore
you did you put your seatbelt on? No. Okay,
Brake
did you
check
now?
the other
I'm gonna go sit in the back.
I love
Like we grew up in that era to where you figured it out. and then you didn't do it again.
Yeah, but
we don't have that anymore.
But these generations now, they
But-
grow up overprotecting
yes,
so much that
so it's everybody
they
else's
don't get
fault.
to learn those life lessons.
It's somebody else's. It's not yours. It's somebody else's, and that's what I think the issue is that you have to make these things for yourself.
Well, I've met people that are of our generation, even that are same age as us, that are the type of people that feel like the world happens to them. You know what I mean? That very much don't take responsibility for themselves or their own actions. They're very much like, oh, well, this and that because of this, because of that, it's like, yeah, but you're the only common denominator in all the things that happen to you.
Right.
There's people who, I can't find a good guy, or I can't find really. Maybe after
the
round 6,
problem is
maybe
you.
it's you.
Look in the mirror.
Is it possible? But that's what I'm saying. It's
But
having
that's
that sort of
whole
self-awareness.
responsibility
Well,
thing.
self-awareness and just being a person who can understand. Like, again, I read all these things. I'm like, duh. I mean, these are all really no duh sorts of
But
things.
not to everybody, though.
Exactly. And
That's
that's what
hard.
that's what
That's the
baffles me.
mind
That's what
boggling.
freaking baffles me. It's like, how do you not know?
Right.
But then again, hey, if you don't have money, don't buy shit.
Right.
What?
What a concept.
What are you talking about?
but what
They'll
if
give me a line of credit. Okay, understood. But you don't.
can
have
you
any
pay
money.
it back?
You don't have any
Yeah.
money. Stop doing that.
Well, or assuming that somebody else is going to take care of you.
But that's a societal change
Yeah.
that's
It
gone
truly
on.
is.
There was a time
Yeah.
when credit cards weren't a thing because
Nope.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
But
Why
then
would
somebody
somebody give
figured
you
out
money
how to
that's
make-
not real?
Somebody figured out how to make money on people being
Making money.
irresponsible.
Yeah.
And it's just
See,
a numbers game because a lot
and
of
I
people
get-
don't pay them back.
I
Right,
get
right.
stuck into this whole, and this is the rabbit hole I go down and my brain gets stuck into, and I'm like, okay. And it's more so now that we're all a digital currency anyway, so it's all imaginary money to begin with.
They do that because it's easier.
Exactly. Back before, when I was like 18, 19, you didn't pay with your debit card, you paid with cash.
Yeah, and that's harder
So
to let
back then, I was like, okay, so I'm going to pay with this credit card that's invisible money.
Yeah.
That they're going to pay you, Jack, for you to put in my garage door,
go. Yeah,
and you're going to get paid. Like you're going to be able to go to the bank and you're going to be able to pull that invisible money out and hold it. Well, I gave you something that was invisible, but what if I don't pay them? Jack still got his money.
Mhm.
Like I get sucked in that whole, like, what's real?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's
It's
and
all
we're talking
fake
difference
anyways.
between credit and debit and stuff
It's
like
all
that.
numbers.
If you've ever been around to witness a kid go, just use your card, like it's an unending supply.
Because they don't know.
Just
Yeah.
stick that thing in there and it gives you
No.
stuff. No,
Yeah.
asshole. That's not how it works.
No, I was married to that. You just swipe it till it tells you can't do it anymore. And I was like, no, that's not really how life works.
It is though. It's just not a
Not-
smart way to live.
No.
And even more so, like I don't have overdraft on any of my bank accounts. Nothing overdraft.
When I run out, I run out. Just tell me
money
no.
in there. It's a zero.
It's
Yeah,
Cool.
because that makes sense to me.
For that works for you, yeah.
But I've always hated the whole like, oh, well, we rearranged some things, and good news is you bounced 14 payments instead of just the one. Well, you pricks. Anyway,
Yeah.
the fact that they found a way to make an industry out of letting people borrow money or buy stuff they don't need or don't want or can't afford. Is crazy.
Well, that's
I
a
got
whole
to a
nother-
point when I moved back to Vegas. I got to a point in my life where everything I bought was cash.
Yep.
Right.
That's the way
And-
my
and
dad
if-
lives.
And if I didn't have the cash for it, I didn't buy it.
this is
And-
the Ramsey thing that I learned. One thing I took away from that I still embrace is like I don't need credit.
It felt so good though,
but it's
to be able to buy
it's-
something and not have that debt looming over your
Mhm.
head. I mean,
Well,
it was just
monthly
so cool
payments
to
are
know
such
that.
they're just a killer.
Seriously.
You know,
other than a house, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like water, electric, sure, I get that. I'm using it as I get it. Cell phone, sure, I get that. But I went through that with my dad. Like he doesn't have anything in his name now because he pays for everything in cash. He has zero credit.
and that's an
so-
okay thing.
We went to go do, once my mom passed away, when we went to go like switch the house over to his name, they were like, yeah, you don't qualify. And I was like, what the fuck? The man makes more than you can think of. Yeah, he doesn't have any credit. Well, he doesn't have bad credit. Well, no, but he doesn't have credit.
period.
Right.
And I was like,
There are places that
I don't
yeah.
know what that means. Like what do you need? So that's how the house ended up in my name. But I was like, this is stupid.
there is a different process for it, and there are processes that still
There
exist that
is.
you can own. You can own a
You
house and
can-
buy a house without a credit
Yep.
rating.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People don't know that, so they go,
It's
like,
a
"Well, you
whole
got to build
different-
credit so you
yeah.
can't buy."
It's
No,
a
you
whole
don't.
different
You don't have to do
process.
any of
It's
that
pain in
shit.
the ass, but it is out there. But it was just one of those things where I was like, this is stupid.
All right, let me read these last.
Because
three
I don't
words of
owe you
wisdom so
$8 million.
Joey can shut this off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
New Year.
So this is kind of ones that I
Don't
feel that I
suck.
said, don't set goals, not resolutions.
Agreed.
Set realistic goals,
Yeah.
attainable goals,
Not pudding.
and accept failure and move on. Right.
Diggity. Hot
100%.
day. Yeah.
Cool.
Game
All right,
on.
you can shut that down.
Good job.
Bottle
Now we can talk about whatever you want.
So one time, just kidding.
And band camp.
Yep. Oh, that's another story.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pound it, brother.
All right, go ahead. It's open forum.
So
now.
what have we
You're good.
learned? We've learned that if I'm going to
Nothing.
take over the world,
Don't
I have
set New Year's resolution.
I have to make a plan.
Just you know what I would love. I
And
would love for
accept
everyone
failure.
just to just as a general rule and in totality, just be decent to everybody in everything you do, all day to day. Just be decent.
Just
to every
don't
single
suck
person.
as a human.
Just be decent to everyone. You don't have to like them. You don't have to be exceptionally nice or
No.
courteous or anything. Just be
No.
decent to everybody you encounter. Solves so much.
Yep.
So
It
much.
truly does.
Learn
Now-
that from Bill and Ted.
That's
Oh,
no.
there you go.
Be Bill and Ted say be excellent to each other. I'm not even saying be excellent.
even need to be
Just
excellent.
fucking decent.
Yeah.
Just be decent. Like don't swear at somebody because you can ruin so many people's day just going through one checkout line, cashier hands you wrong strange, you look at her and go, what are you, a fucking idiot?
And that just is
Boom,
the
boom, boom, boom.
yeah.
And it creates a domino effect.
Da-da-da.
Her day's
Yeah.
screwed. She's gonna be bitch to everybody else she encounters and just on down the line.
Yeah.
It's a disease. And it's avoidable by just not
Well, and
doing that.
It's
Yeah.
the same.
It is the
thing-
golden rule.
It's the same thing as everybody says. A smile is contagious. As soon as you smile at somebody else,
Very
Jack, not like a "how you doing" kind of
Yeah,
smile,
I
but just
everybody.
well, if you smiled at people like that, I'm sure they'd laugh too. But if you smile at people, I've seen the again, like the cashiers that just hate their job, awful to everybody else, and you smile at them and say, "How's your day going?" It's like no, it's like their whole thing changes.
not all of them. I've run into the occasional person that's just bound and determined to be in a shit.
Oh,
mood.
I've had that too.
My favorite thing
Yep.
ever was we're standing in line to Walmart. This lady behind us
Well, it's Walmart.
sneezes, and my friend Jill, her mom was in line with us, and she turned, she goes, "Bless you." She goes, "I don't care to be blessed." She goes, "Okay, fuck you then."
That's the
I've never heard that woman swear in my life, so it was I was on the floor. But
I'm 100% going to use that because am I not the one? No matter where we are, somebody sneezes, it can be in the corner of a bar, and
You're
I'll be
always
like, "Bless
blessed.
you."
Yep, 100%.
I don't care. But if somebody says I don't want to be blessed, I'll be like, "Fuck off," then. That's cool.
it was one of those moments that'll stick with me forever.
That is.
Or
the
you get those
best.
cashiers where you go, "How's your day going?" And they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking look
yeah.
at you. No, they just stare at you like,
They don't
well, they're
respond.
empty vessels.
Oh my god. No, because then you have me who's like, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
yeah.
Yeah, you're mean. I do the same thing. Be like,
I'm like, "This is great."
so what are you hoarding snacks over there? What's all that?
No,
Oh,
I'm
those are
like,
go backs. I know.
so-
I know that.
so you don't hear me? You good? You deaf? Are you deaf? Do I need to do sign language? Are you good?
You got to keep it on the download because every now and again you can run to that guy who's got a list going.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
true.
that's
He
cool
just
too.
card. He's-
Show
he
up,
knows how to hack the
boo-boo.
database. He's
I'm
finding
ready
your
to go
address.
head to head. Let's do it. Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm
Was
like,
it Happy
that is-
Gilmore? No, it was
That is.
Billy Madison. Just want to call and say I was really sorry for what we missed when we were kids. That's cool. Steve Buscemi crosses his name off the list. People to kill.
Oh, there's. Trust me, I'm probably on a couple.
It kindness goes a long way, guys. Seriously. Jack's
like
right
that.
about that.
That's
and
like that one lady
what?
that we saw at the grocery store that I was telling you about. Like, I'm 100% was on her
Oh,
list.
yeah.
Surprised that she talked.
I mean, Christine's point, she always makes it a point to say hi to people.
But
even
but
strangers.
but
I
because
do
life
too.
is
It really
life
makes them
and
uncomfortable.
things
It's
are things, it's so easy to fall out of it. Because
Yeah.
like I said, as much as I make that effort, there's
It
still
happens.
times I just don't feel like it. I just
Yeah.
fuck off. Just everything just feels
I
crappy.
hate
I mean,
everybody.
Whatever the reason may
Wait.
be.
when you guys used to watch Coffee Table, I told the story about when I bought the veterans breakfast.
Oh, it was so great
And
because
that-
we were always late.
That was just such a good feeling. You
I
know, it was
wonder
just
I
such a
wasn't
cool
there.
thing to do. Because Lindsay and I tried it several times, and they're
Oh,
like,
they
"Oh,
just
well, they
paid.
already
Oh,
paid
they
for
just-
their
damn it.
their meal." So I was in
Can you give them their money back or
I was in
something?
Jersey or Philadelphia, I think it was Philadelphia, and I was with a coworker.
You
we
got
went
them
to have
like
breakfast,
just when they sat down,
and
right?
this group of older veterans walked in. They were probably in their 80s. You know, they all sat down. I said, "Fuck, I'm gonna do it."
right now.
You know, so I grabbed the waitress. I said, "Hey, I want to pay for their meal." And she goes, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I want to pay for their meal."
How much was that? What?
Well, it ended up being like
$40.
60 bucks. It was 60 bucks.
What's
right,
four
by
of
the
them?
end it.
Yeah. Even if it's
But-
100, what is it like?
But I just felt so good about it to do that. You know what I mean?
And how cool
And
is that for
it
them
just-
too?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, who do you think we can't afford our own food?
No, and they don't.
Hopefully they
They
didn't.
don't think like that.
Whether
They
you
really
open a
don't.
door for
I mean,
somebody and like, I can get it myself.
I hate that.
I will punch you in
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking
that
mouth.
noise
You will
is
walk
shit.
through the store right now.
Oh, I
Swear to you.
stand there.
Yeah.
I stand there all awkward and stare at them.
Well, the other thing I don't
Still holding
what
the
I don't
door.
like is
Still
when
holding
I'm
the door for you.
10 paces behind you and you stop and hold it for me. I'm like,
Oh.
Now I gotta hurry.
Right.
Yes.
Like, don't
You
do-
could have just closed it on me.
If I'm within an arm's length, by all
Yeah.
means. But
No.
otherwise, just go to the fucking side.
or
I'll
I just
open it
stand
myself.
there.
You know what
That's-
irks the shit out of me is when I hold the door for like an elderly person and the young people scoot by them.
Oh, I've never seen that. That's never happened to me.
That annoys the shit out of me.
How about stopping traffic to let somebody in when it's not what you're supposed to do?
Yeah. Or you get the ones that like you hold the door for them and they don't say anything, they just stare at you, and I'm like, "You're welcome."
You're welcome.
No, I don't like you either. Don't. You're welcome, me, bitch. You decided to open the door.
Which is fine, but at least look at me.
Excuse you.
At least look at me and acknowledge it. Like they just sit there and look
I
at the
walked
ground,
through the
and I'm
door,
like,
didn't
say
I?
fucking like acknowledge
You
it.
opened it.
Don't
I
be a
walked
dick.
through it. Transaction completed. If you needed a fucking thank you, we needed to have a discussion beforehand. But otherwise, doing a good deed for some sort of payoff.
No, I do it for me, but also
That's-
acknowledge it. At least look at me. Don't look at the
Acknowledge your
fucking
shit.
ground.
No. I don't.
No,
You
I don't
know.
deal
I
with
might
it.
not be nonverbal. I might be nonverbal. I could be autistic.
You could be
So,
nonverbal and
You getting
autistic.
upset about the
but
fact that I didn't say thank you.
The
Turn around and
fact
bow
that
to you.
you're going to the grocery store and buying your own shit.
Thank you, my liege. Oh,
Just,
so
thank you.
grateful I didn't have to open
Yeah,
the door
bow
with my
down and
own
kiss
hand.
my foot.
That's surprising, Joey, that comment, because I'm not a big fan of Post Malone. I never really.
You don't like
cared
Post
for-
Malone?
No, I never really cared for it.
What's funny about Post Malone is like his music, his original music. I'm not a big fan of. I love watching him do all the collab stuff that he does with people.
See,
He does all this country stuff with guys. He gets up and plays acoustic
I've seen
guitar.
that. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
I think he
Yeah.
seems like a really cool guy.
talented.
He's done a
Pull
lot
pull
of
that back
drugs.
up. So this is my politically answer that I have to this. So he tipped a waitress.
Single mom.
Okay.
Bam.
First of all, how did he know she was a single mom? Did he sit here and have a conversation with
He
her?
probably did.
Did he
probably
make
did.
this decision after he figured out her situation, or did he just tip a waitress?
No idea.
Doesn't matter.
It does though.
Well, it's
'cause if
possible he
you're-
might have just tipped her the 20,000 trying to get some.
If he
And
could have been
it could be that
But if-
other people were the ones who released the fact that she was a single mom that helped her out so
exactly.
much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing I don't like about the stories is like I can tip you because you're my waitress and you were good. I don't need to know your story. You did your job well. I felt like I wanted to
But what
help
does it
you.
matter
That's
if he did a
awesome.
random act of kindness?
No, that's fine. But the fact that they're spinning it as that is what upsets me.
Well, I'm sure that single mom felt a lot different. Than
I'm sure she
I'm
did.
sure she did.
No, like I'm not
Yeah.
poo-pooing the act of it. I'm poo-pooing the way that they presented it.
I get what you're saying. I
Right?
understand. I understand
Like-
what you're saying. That it's sort of it
They're
just,
like, oh, well, she's a single mom and her kid died and like the dog's sick. And no, he tipped her because she was whatever. And he felt that he
she was
needed
good
to.
at her job.
That's cool.
She's not just a charity case.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's what they make it sound like, is she was a charity
Oh,
case.
'cause it was like how? Yeah.
She was a
Well, and the
single
truth of
mom.
the matter is, it might have been a charity case, but even
It
more
could
so,
have been too.
that's not like any more admirable.
No.
Quite honestly, you
No.
should be tipped well because you did a good job. 'Cause
Exactly.
gratuity is a gratuity, meaning I'm grateful for the job that you
For the
did.
job
Yep.
you did, yeah.
Well, when I decide I'm going to tip somebody large, I generally don't need to know their personal story, nor do
No.
I want to know their personal story.
No.
Most of the time, I like to get out of there before they see it or before I talk to them.
Bye. I don't want.
Yeah, I don't really want to have a conversation about it, but I'll tip 100% a lot
Yeah.
because I like to do that.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I was waiting tables, I sucked at it. So I appreciate people who are good at their job.
Right,
Yes.
When I don't run
right.
out of my drink and the food comes and it's
Yeah,
nice, or
and
I
I don't
took a
have to ask
suggestion
questions
that you
and-
gave me for what
Yep.
to eat
Right,
and it
right.
turned out
Yep.
to be good, I'll pay 100% on the tip.
Absolutely.
And I love doing that because I know that
But
it
don't
matters.
come up and like make a thing of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just let me go my way.
but it should be merit based. It should be based on the job you do, not
Absolutely.
because of who you are
Yeah,
or
no,
what
I
your
agree with
situation
that.
is.
I do agree with that.
Unless, of course, it's like fast and loose girl, and it's like, hey, baby,
Hey,
big tipper right here.
People
Tip her
in
in my
Texas
number
are
right
really
here.
nice too, Christy.
Why?
She said
No,
people in
she
Ohio
just
are
said-
nice.
But people in Texas are very nice, unless they're behind the wheel of a car. Then they're assholes.
People are friendly. One
People
or
are
two.
not.
A person can be friendly. People are
Right,
not. I
no.
don't like people.
Nice.
I
So
know
what
that
have we learned?
there's assholes everywhere.
Well, that we've known.
That's,
That's,
a
not
good takeaway.
new.
That's a great takeaway.
I'm
That's
like,
true.
that's not new. What have we learned about our
You
resolutions?
set goals, not resolutions.
There you go.
Yeah.
What else have we learned?
Just
Eat
get-
pudding.
Just handle your shit.
Yeah, no shit. I
Eat
like
pudding and make
like it.
lists. Cool. Thanks. Break.
Nicholas.
Handle your shit, and the rest of us shouldn't have to worry about it.
Right.
The less we know about your problems,
The better.
the better you're doing, buddy. Hey, we don't know.
And
What are we quitting?
That's a wrap.
Oh,
Boo. All right, guys.
I
Well,
poked
thanks.
myself in the eye.
Ow.
I
Quitting.
know. I had an eyelash and I went a little too hard.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Remember to pray for the people in California. We hope you guys are safe and
Yes.
get through this unscathed as possible.
Save your animals and your
Yep.
humans.
Yep. And have a here's a lesson from the night. Have a bug out bag. Be ready.
Crap,
We're gonna have to do
we don't have a bug out
We'll have to
bag.
do another episode on prepping. So
We really don't, because every time we do, we end up with more crap.
I know. All right, guys.
Okay.
Well, everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Bye.